Hey guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Meslin. I am your mental fitness trainer here on YouTube, and welcome to Mental Training with Mez. My purpose on this channel is for us to have a space where we are actually training our mental muscles. So we are focusing on training the concentration and focus muscles of the mind. These are muscles that help us to make decisions, that really give us the type of direction that we need when we're taking action on anything in life. So to have weak concentration and focus muscles is not to see life the way it's intended to be seen, and also to not have the understanding that we need to have of it. So what we want to do is train ourselves to become mentally fit by recognizing that these mental muscles, concentration and focus, are vital to our decision-making and action-taking process. So the concentration muscle is intended for us to see life. So when this muscle is limited, when it's weak, when it's constricted, when it's restrained, we're not being given the full scope of what's happening in the moment. We're not seeing the whole picture. And so when we don't have the whole picture, this affects whatever decision we're making. So we want to make sure we have strong concentration muscles, because this allows us to see the entire picture. That way, whatever choice we make from seeing that whole picture, we're going to be okay with, because we see the whole thing. The focus muscle is what gives us understanding as to what we're seeing. So once we're able to see the whole picture, what comes with that is strong focus muscles. And this allows us to have an understanding of both sides, of seeing the whole picture. So this makes our action much more powerful, much more efficient, much more effective. So we are training to literally strengthen these muscles. The type of training that I share on this channel that I'm inviting you to do is faith-based mental training. And this is going to force us to focus on life itself. The breath is the focal point of this type of training, because not only do we want to focus on life, which is going to strengthen our concentration and focus muscles, but we also want to have an understanding. So as gruesome as killing two birds with one stone sounds, it is in fact what we're doing. So by focusing on life, by focusing on the breath, we are strengthening our concentration and focus muscles, and this is also allowing us to acquire knowledge and understanding on what we're paying attention to. And so everything you are taking from this training, you're going to learn about yourself. You can take into your day-to-day activities in life. So having a mind that is healthy helps you to handle and navigate life. It's one of the biggest reasons to become mentally fit, because a healthy mind does know how to handle life. Because the more information and knowledge you're acquiring, the more you have to understand it, because you cannot see something without understanding it when you're healthy mentally. So that's one of the perks that comes with becoming mentally fit. To see it is to understand it, because your ability to focus and remain concentrated on it long enough to gain that knowledge and understanding happens naturally. And so this is why we're here, and I'm so grateful that you are joining us, or you're sampling the product. As I said, I'm a mental fitness trainer here on YouTube. It's my desire to create a community of individuals who see the benefit of being mentally fit and who are determined and ready to actually bring about that life that you are here to bring about. So if you're here, it's not by accident. It's because that there is a life within you that you desire to see and experience. And this is the first step. You have to get your mind on board with that life. And then once you get your mind on board with it, trust yourself that you are going to be coming into a skill that is so high level that it will allow you to preserve that life you desire. So we're not just manifesting, we're able to preserve it. And the manner in which we go about it, because this is such a high level skill, is going to be harmonious. So you're not going to leave all this chaos in the wake of your journey from transforming yourself. This is done very fluidly, very harmoniously, very gracefully. This type of training that we're going to be doing. So I welcome you. First things first, before we start our mental training, I'm going to ask you to make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing. We are going to be sitting for 15 minutes straight. So I want to make sure you're wearing clothing that you feel comfortable enough to be in. Also, make sure you're in a space where you feel comfortable enough to close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes for this type of training that we do. I like to close my eyes because it just helps me to focus even more, to really hone in and lock in on the breath. So I close my eyes, but you don't have to, because this training does require that we maintain a high level degree of alertness and relaxation. So it's okay to close your eyes. You're not necessarily falling asleep or anything. The type of training that we do does keep you alert. So just make sure you're in a space where you want to close your eyes, you can. Excuse me. Also, if you're not used to sitting for 15 minutes straight, I do have some 5-minute, 10-minute videos, and it might be best to start there, because with more time, we are challenging the muscles. It does get harder the longer we sit. We are up to 15 minutes, so if you're prepared for that, please make sure you have back support. I want you to sit with your spine erect and elongated, your shoulders relaxed, because again, we are going to practice maintaining a level of alertness and relaxation. The breath teaches us that we are naturally balanced individuals, but you have to use your balancing muscle, meaning the muscle you have that keeps you grounded, the anchor that it provides you. So when we are sitting in mental training, we're actually also utilizing this emotional muscle, because we want to be able to remain anchored in life. We don't want to always be turbulent and experiencing one side and jumping from one extreme to the other. This muscle, when we give ourselves permission to relax but remain alert, is actually also strengthening our balancing muscle. And like I said, this is the muscle that keeps us centered, balanced in our being. So make sure you have back support, drink some water, use the restroom, wiggle it out a bit. Sometimes it does help to move the body a little bit before you sit down. If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. Let's begin. All right, so I'm going to ask you to take some nice big breaths just as a warm up, and then I'm going to start the timer. So all we're going to be doing is consciously breathing, meaning I want you to intentionally take air in and intentionally release it. And that's all we're doing, basically, I was going to say. And all this means is all we're doing is just intentionally breathing and intentionally inhaling and intentionally exhaling. So if you find it, I forgot to mention, if you find it difficult to keep your focus of attention on the breath, use meditation beads. Each bead represents an inhale and exhale. So with one bead, you would just then move on to the next. Move on to the next. They serve as great tools to keep your focus of attention on your breathing. And again, we want to start challenging the muscles to remain focused throughout this process. So that requires that you keep your focus on your breathing and you don't pause, don't hold your breath. Just continue to connect your inhales and exhales for 15 minutes. Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Big breath. Big breath. Again, this is just a warm up to get us started with our conscious breathing. Big breath. Big breath. Last one, big breath. And begin. Again, all we're doing is intentionally breathing in, intentionally breathing out, not pausing, not holding our breath, maintaining the position you're in, alert and relaxed. And that's all we're going to be doing, consciously breathing. We're simply breathing in and out of our nose, mouth closed, fluidly, smoothly, in and out. No pausing, no holding your breath. You got about 13 minutes. Get comfortable. Maintain your alertness. Stay focused on your breathing while you're intentionally breathing in and out. You okay, Bella? If you have to make any adjustments of the body, do so. Just maintain your focus of attention on your breathing by intentionally breathing in, intentionally breathing out, and then hold your form once you get comfortable again. Alert and relaxed. All we're doing in this moment is maintaining our alertness and relaxation. We're maintaining our balance. Continue to intentionally breathe in and intentionally breathe out.
Don't force the body temple. Allow it to come into its own state of relaxation. So long as we are strengthening our concentration and focus muscles, the body is going to relax. So all we have to do is maintain our focus of attention on our breathing, and then allow ourselves to breathe without pausing, without holding our breath. So just smooth in, smooth out. Don't try to control the rhythm. Just breathe fluidly. 4 minutes.
Time. Big breath. Big breath. All right, guys. That was our 15 minutes mental training exercise. I'm super grateful, proud of you for getting to the end. Again, this is not easy. Self-mastery is one of the hardest things to master because it requires that we have to be willing to sit silent and still. And this is part of the practice of our body temples that, yes, physical training is hard, mental training is hard, but these are essentials. These are necessary disciplines that we need to master, because what I'm sharing is we're not just trying to create a life of no lack and fear. We want to also be able to preserve that life. So we want to have the mental stamina to be able to keep up with the life that we desire to see and experience. So I leave you with this. Mentally training, strengthening our concentration and focus muscles is also going to help strengthen your balancing muscle. This is the muscle that keeps us balanced when we're experiencing emotions that make us feel unbalanced, when we're experiencing emotions that make us feel unstable, overwhelmed, overstimulated. The balancing muscle comes into play because when you're focused on your breathing, you are activating it. So there's many reasons why we mentally train, but that is one of the most powerful ones. I'm also dog sitting, so if you were watching the video and you noticed a lot of movement happening, that's our dog, or not our dog, but she's kind of like second family to us, Bella. So she's moving around, and that's what had me adjusting a few times. Like the video if you got your training in. As always, I end the video talking to my subscribers. There are 42 of us. There should be 42 likes. You are not wasting your time on YouTube. You are here to manifest the life you desire, to get into shape to do that. And so mentally training goes alongside with your physical training, your character training, your emotional training. It goes alongside of it, but it starts here. So like the video, letting me know that you got your training in. You are not a subscriber. As far as I'm concerned, you are a client, and I intend to deliver results. So to my new subscribers or potential clients, subscribe if what I share resonates with you. If you understand that mental discipline is what we need to be in order to have the life we desire and to preserve it. If that resonates with your soul and you're ready to put in that mental effort, you just sampled the product, you know what we're doing, you see what we're doing. Subscribe to the channel. I upload Monday through Friday. I try to be as consistent as I can. And when I'm not, consider that a rest day. But welcome to the community. Welcome to the family. I'll see you tomorrow.